Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me here today. My name is Michael Weir, your friendly technical marketing engineer here at Ingram Micro for Cybersecurity. Today we're going to talk about routing. Now I know some of you are looking at this and saying, wait a second, the last one was networking, this one is routing. Routing is part of networking, isn't it? Yes, technically speaking, but last time we emphasized some aspects of routing, some aspects of networking, that I thought were more important. And this time we're going to emphasize some aspects of routing within the network that I think are important for you to understand cybersecurity. Agenda is very similar to the last one. First, we're going to talk about what is routing. Second, we're going to talk about how does routing work. And then third, we're going to review what we've talked about. So first, what is routing? Well, as a review of last time, routing is part of networking, as I said. So networking is sending information from you across the internet to somebody else. Or in the case of what we were talking about last time, it's sending an email from you to your coworker. And we call that, as I said, networking. Routing is a little different. So routing is specific parts of that sending process. So on one side, there's going to be LAN routing. I should say on both sides are LAN routing. LAN means local area network. It's the network where you are. And WAN routing is routing across the internet. It basically means the space between the two locations where you are, where most of the very complicated routing takes place. Talking about how routing works, first we're going to talk about WAN routing. What I said before was the internet, wide area network. Wide Area Network, or WAN, generally works on something called Border Gateway Protocol, or BGP. BGP is a way of routing information between different autonomous systems that are owned by service providers, and this could be Comcast, could be AT&T. I think the ones in our area still say Roadrunner or Earthlink or something like that, Legacy. These autonomous systems all have major connections between each other, and when the router on your local site, we'll get to how that functions in a second, send something out to the first hop. The first hop says, okay, how do I get to the next hop? What's the fastest route to the next hop? And stuff like that. So it might happen like this. Your router might say, all right, my first hop is Autonomous System 1. Next hop, AS1 determines, all right, we're going to go to AS7. 7 determines, okay, fastest is going to be 42, which is, okay, fastest is 114, then 57, then to the router on the other side. That is WAN routing. Now you'll notice it isn't a straight path. Those numbers are all over the place. That's true. BGP is finding the best, shortest path that's up. That's how things get across the internet, but how about your local routing? Local routing, or LAN, local area, where you are, is a little bit different. So instead of tons of autonomous systems, you've basically got 2 devices in there, and this can get more complicated as environments get bigger. You got 2 basic devices in there. One is the switch, and one is the router. So your device connects directly to the switch, which takes your device's MAC address and says, okay, this is the MAC address for this device. And that sends traffic to the router, says, okay, for that MAC address, this is the IP address. I'm going to send that out to the internet. And of course, the router sends it to its first hop, and then BGP happens, and we continue on with the process. That is local area networking. This is going to be a very short video because that's already all the content I have. So let's review. Routing is finding a path from one device to another. It's what makes the internet work. WAN routing is across the internet. LAN routing is where you are. WAN routing is generally based on BGP, which is Border Gateway Protocol, aka finding the best path for autonomous systems. LAN routing is based on IP addresses and MAC addresses, and that's how things are hopping around your little internal network. And external network, I should say. Man, I'm confusing myself today. Anyway, here's the context. Of course, there's me, the presenter, Michael Weir at ingramicro.com. We have a list of all the security vendors. This will become more important in later videos where we talk about specific technologies. But if you want to see all our vendors, there's securitylinecard.com. Some additional information can be found at Ingram's Imagine Next site for cybersecurity. Any general questions? Feel free to email cybersecurity@ingramicro.com. And don't forget to realize the promise of technology. Thank you very much. Have a good day.